Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Legacy Nightprowler. Now, Nightprowler is based on an old unreleased figure from around the first Universe toy line. So, yeah, the fact that he's finally got a figure of Legacy is definitely amazing. Now, taking a look at the packaging. Well, we of course have the standard Legacy packaging, but with one difference. We actually have a window this time. I mean, the other Legacy Deluxes don't have windows, because, well, they're standard retail releases, but with this guy, he actually does have a window. So I guess the store exclusives are gonna have windows. Why? I have no idea. But well, we got Nightprowler here in his cheetah mode. You can see that he's actually an Autobot instead of a Maximal. Again, why? I don't know. Here we have a close-up of his robot mode. Well, we got him in his robot mode here. Got his name in Cybertronian, which I seem to be the only person I think that this is cool. This side we've got the Autobots of Legacy. The back of the box we've got them in both modes, and unfortunately I don't see a QR code, so I'm guessing that the exclusives don't have QR codes, which is unfortunate. This is when my phone stops working. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. Adjusting my camera. Now looking at the figure, it's basically Kingdom Cheetor with a grayscale filter. I mean, you do see a bit of yellow here and there, but it's not really that noticeable. But yeah, it's basically just Kingdom Cheetor. So all the complaints I had with that figure, I mean, like the feet poking out here. So yeah, the complaints I had with Kingdom Cheetor are pretty much carrying on with this guy. Although there are fewer paint apps, which I'll show in the comparison. Taking a look at the belly, we can see some visible hands. I can look past that because it can be hard to hide robot kibble with beast modes. Got the tail, which is nicely sculpted, and we got the cheetah head, or I guess in this case just like a snow leopard, I suppose. But well, we got the beast head. Again, nicely sculpted. Unfortunately, we still have the dead eyes with no pupils. So it's like he's being possessed by a demon from the pits or something. And of course, he can drop his jaw because he found out that he's finally getting released to the general public. Albeit as a Hasbro Pulse and Walmart exclusive, but still. And yeah, not really much to say about this, so comparing him with the original Cheetor release, yeah, Cheetor is definitely much more vibrant. See, you can pretty much see that the yellow has been replaced with this gray color, the blue's been replaced with yellow. Although not all the blue has been replaced with yellow. As you can see, the blue on the back of the legs here is pretty much just been well, it's pretty much just been ignored. I mean, at least it makes the beast mode a bit better looking, but so it's kind of like the Netflix Cheetor figure. Seeing how that didn't paint the beast legs either. It's more for the robot mode anyway. Looking at the heads. Of course, I've got the same no pupil eye look. So yeah, it's pretty much it for the comparison. And while this being a beast mode, of course, he is sort of posable. So he can open his mouth. Quite a huge degree of it. It's more for transformation. Can move the front legs 360. We can actually do a beast mode T pose. And if you want to do this, then well, you can make him look a bit taller and expose these joints. I don't know why you'd want to do this, but you can. And these move at this hinge. The little paw can move. It can also rotate on this ball joint. The back legs can move, so he can take a leak like a dog. Back legs can move like this, and he can. Well, the back paw's also on a ball joint. So yeah, that's pretty much all the posability for the beast mode. I've yet to get him into any running poses, mainly because, you know, I do display my figures in robot modes most of the time. But yeah, this is definitely quite a nice beast mode. Now for robot mode, well, it's pretty much just like Kingdom Cheetor. But in case you haven't seen that review, well, let's just do the transformation again. We're just gonna straight up pull his tail off. Yeah, it's parts forming, but come on, what Cheetor figure doesn't have parts forming for the tail? And well, as you can see, this is an axe, so there's actually homages to Transmetal Cheetor, which is pretty cool. Speaking of which, we can actually lift these up, and this actually kind of reminds me of the boosters that Transmetal Cheetor had. Like, if you stuck some thrusters in it, then that could actually be sort of like Transmetal Cheetor. I mean, that could be a potential retool, but I don't know, I'm just brainstorming. But yeah, like, you lift these bits of the beast mode up, get the legs out, you push these in, and that gets the robot feet out, like so. Just get the front paws down like so. Then you just fillet him open. You open the beast's mouth, get that down, and then hinge all this down. And there are horror stories of the head breaking off, so be careful. Rotate the robot head around. Get the arms out. Rotate that around. Rotate the fist around. Get this in. Just do the same on the other side. And then for the beast legs, you just, well, cross them. Like so. And that's pretty much Nightprowler in robot mode. I mean, he's a bit awkward to stand because of the tiny feet, but it is manageable. There we go. So yeah, once again we got Grayscale Cheetor. Only the head's still yellow, the shoulders are now yellow, and well, the crotch flap is now yellow. Whether or not this is accurate to the unreleased Nightprowler figure from back in the day, I'm not really sure. Who knows, maybe they took some artistic liberties with this figure. While having a 360. I mean, I don't really like these being crossed, but that's just my opinion. I mean, you can display them other ways if you want, but I'm pretty sure this is the official way to have them displayed. I just think it looks a bit clutched like this. That's just my opinion. Looking at the head, well, it's Cheetor's head, but with an Autobahn insignia on the crest there. And only the front half is painted. So yeah. Now, giving him his weapon. Well, of course, it's the tail whip. I mean, it's cool, but yeah, I kind of wish he had the gut gun, but I'm just stretching for things to say because, as I said, this is pretty much just Kingdom Cheetor, and I have reviewed that figure before, so I'm trying to not sound like a broken record. Got ports in the feet. I'll let you decide what you want to do with that if you get this figure. So, for comparison, here he is with Cheetor. Pretty much the only difference is in the colors. And yeah, Cheetor definitely looks way more vibrant. I mean, he's got more paint apps too, as you can see on the legs. And on the axe, because, I mean, this looks energon infused, and this was before Legacy introduced that concept. So, yeah. Articulation. I mean, the head isn't a ball joint, and thankfully, unlike the other Legacy figures, you don't have to worry about the head being removed before you buy it because of the window on the packaging. He can look side to side. The arms can go up, although they can't go backwards because of this stuff in the way. He can T-pose. Got elbows and a swivel there. His wrist can rotate, although it's a bit stiff. Get these out of the way. His waist can rotate. This can lift up to accommodate for some leg movements. So I can go forward. Can't go back that. In fact, no, it can't. It can't go back actually, because that gets in the way. Could do the splits, and we got an ankle pivot. or as other wood figures can do that. Got a swivel at the knee this time. Speaking of the knee, it goes up to there. And that's pretty much the articulation for this figure. And well, that's pretty much all I have to say about this guy. So, complaints. Well, I just find the color scheme a bit bland in my opinion. I mean, it's pretty much just Cheetor, but covered in Tipex. In fact, no. It's like a sepia tone Cheetor. I mean, if the legs here had a bit of yellow on them, then I think I'd like it a bit more, but no, they didn't paint these, unfortunately. But other than that, the only other complaints I have are the same that I had with Cheetor. So, do I recommend this figure? Well, I'd say that's up to your decision because, well, Cheetor is a decent mold in my opinion. The color scheme for this figure does kind of weigh it down, but that's just my opinion. I think it's nice that Nightprowler's finally gotten a release, but well, the fact that I'm reviewing a mold that I've already reviewed and the boring color scheme just makes me want to end the review right away, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So yeah, I do like this figure, but I just find the color scheme a bit bland. Well, this has been my review on Legacy Nightprowler, and this is Charlie Young signing off.